All right, what's up, everybody? I'm with my good buddy Evans, and he invited me out to play 18 holes at his beautiful course here in Franklin. Got a few raindrops, but nothing stops us. He's also a fellow speed toad user. Single-digit handicap. You're getting down to scratch, right? You're close.
I'm chasing it.
All right.
Chasing scratch.
Real good golfer. Used the speed toad at the start of the year, and I'm not going to lie, the first text message I got from him, and I might put you on blast here,
Okay.
was, hey, is this thing for real or is this a gimmick? So what made you think or wonder or worry that, hey, is this the real deal?
Yeah, so good question. So for me, I'd always heard, about speed training, but I'd never really done it. And in my mind, I've always chased technology and buying technology to hit it farther.
Yeah.
And so for this, it was, well, do I have a physical ability to increase that, or can I just pay for it with technology and get to the same spot? And
Interesting.
I learned that technology is helpful, but you have to have the physical side. And so now I'm hitting it farther than I am even with the new technology.
Yeah, you can get the right technology. It's going to get you another 10, 15 yards.
Sure.
Couple that with good training, and then boom.
Yeah, it all helps. So
that's cool. Mm-hmm. Okay, so on January 2nd, that was your first day training with the speed toad, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, New
and
Year's resolution.
Looking back at your text, oh, there you go, New Year's, 2024 goals. Looking back at your text, you were 100 with the speed toad and 95 with your dry driver.
Mm-hmm.
February 15th, so 6 weeks later, you texted me, you hit 113 with the speed toad and 105 with your dry driver. That's 10 miles an hour in 6 weeks, like 30 yards. Tell me about that process.
So I was surprised that it went up that high, and you said it best, that you have to not think about there being a golf ball that you're trying to aim and guide and direct somewhere, that you really are going off just raw speed.
Yeah.
And I'd never swung that fast. I'm a slow swing speed person by design. I can guide the ball around the golf course. So this was new for me. But so that process of knowing, holy cow, I can do this. It is going this fast. Then can I get it on the course? Is that going to translate? Was pretty wild. But just seeing those numbers go up was absolutely incredible.
In like 6 weeks. I love like your weekly text updates to me, because you were so jacked.
It's great. Well, your workout schedule is easy to follow, and it was easy to kind of see the results just tick up time by time. So
that's cool. Okay, so before I got here this morning, I did a little bit of gin stalking on you, and your last 3 or 4 scores have been pretty good.
Yeah.
So tell me what it's like now playing out here with your new speed and new distance. How's it affected your game?
Yeah, so here at our course especially, the extra 10 yards off the tee is the difference between being behind a tree or hitting up to the top of a hill where you get the extra bounces instead of hitting into the hill. Mm-hmm. So I've had better looks at those holes. But really, I haven't had to go in and try to smash every driver. My just consistent swing has gone up, and that's really what's helped, is that probably extra 10 yards off the tee has really helped give me better looks, where now I'm in better scoring position than I was previously.
And you talk about your approach shot now that you're past a tree or past an upslope. What has it done to your iron game? Have you noticed any difference in your iron distances or dispersion?
So iron distance is not probably a couple yards, not a ton, but also I'm not trying to go, full send on especially my lower irons. Sure. My longer irons, the 4 iron, 5 iron, those I have noticed that when I try to hit those hard, they actually go straight now instead of a violent hook when I'm swinging, a little more uncomfortable.
I hate those.
So I don't have to kind of guide those around as much. I can take more full swing. So on the longer irons, definitely more consistent and able to launch those. And then the shorter irons, I'm sure I'm getting some gain, but I'll club down or club up depending on wind and everything else. But that wasn't my goal with the speed toad, is those shorter irons.
Now, shorter irons, that's a touch finesse thing.
Yeah.
You had 3 par 5s in your round yesterday.
Yes.
How many did you reach into?
I got 2 of the 3. Should
good.
have probably had all 3, but yeah, it's amazing. It's standard blue tees, not playing up tees or anything.
That's awesome.
It's been a lot of fun. It's been a good journey.
A lot of people's concern before they start speed training is it going to hurt my body? How's it going to feel?
Yeah.
Am I going to be stiff and sore all the time? Did you have any of those concerns going into it? And then how does your body feel now that you've been doing it for 3-4 months?
Yeah, so I probably didn't have the concerns going in, maybe like I should have. And if you equate it to, if you go try to run a sprint, you've never done a sprint in 10 years, then you get a little worried you're going to tweak something. So I did have concerns that as I swung harder, my muscle's going to hurt, is it going to hurt a shoulder or something. So for me, it's really, and I do this all the time, is the warm-up routine. You got to get your body loose and get your blood moving really before you get in there and hit. I have had no injuries because of this. Everything's been beneficial.
Awesome. Yeah, that warm-up is huge. Sprinting's a good analogy. we sat at a desk for 8 hours and then tried to run a 100-meter dash as fast as we could, probably won't end well. But if we give ourselves a nice little warm up before we start swinging hard at the speed toe, that's a good analogy. Okay, so after the first 6 weeks, you called me, you were excited about your speed gains. But one thing I remember you said was, Bryce, I feel like I could have been or should have been doing more.
Mhm.
What made you feel that way, and how did you feel about the workload each week?
So honestly, the workout itself doesn't take that long. It's not a long part of your day, so it's a lot different than going and working out at a gym where you feel like you need to get an hour to work out to make it worth it. So for me, it was always the question of, is this enough to see gains beyond that initial, through February, that seemed relatively easy and fast to get.
Yeah.
So I've been very surprised. The numbers continue to go up. I haven't been able to do it as much as I'd like, but it truly, you said it, you have to trust the process, and it's all worked out. You don't have to do any more. A couple times a week, and start seeing results.
Yeah, it doesn't take a lot of reps or a lot of frequency, and then you need those rest days to let your nervous system and your fast twitch muscles recover before your next speed toe day. And then, you're in golf season now, you're playing a lot, so you're more in maintenance mode, less building mode. You said you gained 2 or 3 miles an hour in the last month. But that's fair. During the season, you're playing a lot of golf, you're practicing.
Mm-hmm.
More of a maintenance mode where you're trying to keep your speed gains rather than build 10 miles an hour in 6 weeks.
Yes.
Sounds like that's going well.
It's going very well. I've got some goals that I've set. So I'm 107 right now. So I'd love to get to 112 by the end of the summer.
That'd be big.
It'd be huge. I think it's possible. It's there.
One of the last questions: what was your favorite thing about training with the speed toad overall?
So it's very easy to use. All you need is an Allen wrench, just like you unscrew your driver, you pop the head on. It's very simple, very fast. It's extremely durable. This is your kind of first product, initial run. You might have gone through a couple phases, but it's held up. And granted, you're not swinging it around a lot, but it is so simple. You put it in the pouch, and so being able to travel with it course to course without a big stick sticking out of my bag has been very helpful.
Travel size.
Yes.
And some people are concerned about, is that going to put stress on my shaft? Is it going to hurt my driver shaft? And really 2 reasons there is, one, it's lighter weight than your driver head, so it's less flex and less stress than your actual driver head.
Mm-hmm.
And 2, there's no impact at the ball, which puts torque on your shaft every time you hit the ball. So it's easier on your shaft, it's easier on equipment, it's easy to carry. I'm glad that you enjoyed that.
It's been great. It's a wonderful product.
Any other final comments?
If you don't have one, you need to give it a try. The results work.
Dude, appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome.
That's awesome.